we are really thankful to current government for not opposing IPC, not supporting IPC 377 in Supreme Court. They put it on the wisdom of the courts to do it, and the courts did it right in 2018. So yes, I think that was a great initiative. I really wish they would have supported the abrogation of Article 377 in the courts, but they did not find the courage, unfortunately, at that time. And I think that is still continuing. I don't know what stops BJP for taking pro-LGBT stand. They may be thinking that they may lose few votes here and there, or their core voter base may not be currently supporting LGBT rights, but I think they're far away from the reality. I know so many LGBT people who are BJP voters. I know so many progressive, middle class people, again, a core BJP voter base who are pro-LGBT. So I think the BJP as a party needs to find the courage to come out in the support of LGBT rights. Point number one. Point number two, politically speaking, I am quite disappointed from the current BJP government on various stands. Although I have been supporter of BJP government, have been a big fan of Modi, because most of the time my community member calls me quote unquote Bhakt, and I'm not ashamed of that title as well. But at the same time, from the queer rights perspective, I'm quite disappointed the multiple stands taken by the current government after 2014, keeping aside the IPC 377, when it comes to having children through surrogacy, where people were restricted. When it comes to supporting marriage equality petition, which are currently ongoing in various high courts of the country, including Delhi High Court, they rejected this to support marriage equality. And there are many discrimination cases are still happening against LGBT people, especially coming from a village and tier 2, tier 3 cities, and there are hardly any support available to these community members. So I think there is a lot more needs to be done by the current government, and I hope they would be taking a proper progressive stance which makes India proud and pride in 2022 on a global platforms as well. But at the same time, let me also acknowledge the work which is done by the current government. So starting with abrogation of Article 377 happened under BJP government. There is a national level board or a council formed by the central government to look after LGBT rights, especially the trans rights. And then quite a few members of the community whom I personally happen to know are member of it, and they're looking into how to improve LGBT rights, or particularly trans rights in the country. We can also see that the Trans Act passed by the parliament of the country, there were some challenges. They again address those challenges by issuing additional circulars and a modification to that act, which is a progressive step. So there I see a lot of progress being happening, but primarily focusing on transgender rights and not LGBT rights at particular, at the holistic level. So a lot more needs to happen for sure.
Please remember to subscribe to us and switch on the notifications for this channel. For our other social media links, more content, and to support our work, please visit citti.net. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.